What's up, guys? It's Rick Ginn here with Flip with Rick. And today we are doing a mastermind, and it's me solo today. Zach will be here tomorrow and the rest of the week. So, guys, jump on in, and this is how it works. We are going to be talking about wholesaling vacant land today. And it's actually one of my favorite techniques. And if I was going to start all over again, I would definitely make this an emphasis because I'm going to show you why it's easier, faster, and it's perfect. If you're a beginner or even if you're a seasoned person like me, 19 years, land, there's no difference, guys. It just doesn't have a house on it. So do me a favor as you guys come in, if you could hit the like button, we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'll spend about 20 minutes just kind of going over on how to flip vacant land, particularly in wholesaling it. I'm going to teach you some tricks that a lot of people don't really share out there. As I said, I don't keep any secrets from you. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Rick Ginn, and I've been wholesaling for 19 years plus. I actually do everything related to real estate investing. I started out wholesaling, and it's what basically woke me from a dead-end corporate job. And those of you that don't know me, you probably know my son, Zachary. He goes by Zach, and he started at the ripe age of 17. I taught him how to wholesale houses. He was making 100K while he was in high school. So if you're thinking, hey, there's no way I can do this, if a 17-year-old kid can do it, you can do it. And I taught him with really basic instructions. This business is not complicated. We're just complicated as people. So do me favors, you come in, hit that like button. Let's get everybody in there. Let's get warmed up. I'm really excited about this week because actually I got a birthday coming up on this weekend. I'm getting up there, guys. And then we got Thanksgiving coming up. You guys know I love everything about family. I see my son, I see my daughter every day, and wholesaling has given me the gift to spend time with my family. So our wholesaling business is a family business. So if you're interested in being completely financially free, never having to rely on someone else to take care of your family and free up all your time to spend with the people you love the most, you are in the right place, because that's all I've done for 19 years. And I took a big risk at the time, and I'm telling you the payoff was huge. I've gone through your exact frustrations, so I'm going to walk you through it today and get everybody going. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor. Obviously, hit that like button, but go ahead and please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you'll get alerts, notifications when we go live. We post twice a day, and me and Zach are the only people out there that post every day. And I believe we do 4 lives a week. So we have over 600 videos on the Flip with Rick YouTube channel. You can check us out there. On Facebook, it's Wholesaling Houses for Real. You can join that group. And then if you have a question, if it's anything with wholesaling, real estate investing, I can answer just about any of them. Go ahead and put your question in there. I try to answer them in the order they come in. And I like to reward those who ask the questions first. So, guys, I'm super excited. I got so many deals working in the pipeline right now. This last quarter is going to be absolutely huge for us. So we have some flips approaching the 6-figure mark, and we've got a lot of them in the pipeline. So guys, I know the market's hot right now, but I'm telling you, there's still tons of deals. I'm in a completely what you call saturated market in South Florida here, and we find deals on a daily basis, and I love what I do. So Zach is out in the field working on some stuff as we speak now. I got acquisitions out there answering phones right now. I mean, business is booming. Guys, Q4 is my favorite for wholesaling because people make decisions by the end of the year. So if you don't have a deal, don't worry about it. That's what we're here to talk about. And I'm going to show you how to do one of the easiest things by wholesaling vacant land. And it's actually much simpler in doing houses. So I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. But guys, dude, I need to see some activity. Comment in the chat there. And guys, you guys have like created some of the best alliances within the chat. Not only do you get to work with me and Zach, but you also, all these people in the chat, I see people all the time, they're partnering up, they're working on deals, they're motivating each other. Find an accountability buddy in this group, because I'm telling you, we don't let people spam. If you're spam, I just remove you. So everybody is here to learn how to wholesaling. I don't care if you've been doing this 30 years or you have been doing this 30 minutes. You are in the right place. Everything we do on this, these are live. So this is live. If you're asking a question, I guarantee you this is live. I don't do any fake live videos. But guys, I'm not sensing the energy. I'm not seeing a lot of likes. You guys know what time it is. You've got to get up for this. So if you're going to take care of your family, you're going to take financial responsibility, you're going to teach your kids how to be financially free, you got to get excited. You got to get pumped. You are not that 9-to-5er. It's okay if you're a 9-to-5er. I did it for 12 years of the first part of my life. I just want to give you a rope line to get out of it. But you got to get jacked. You got to have an energy level that beats everybody else in the room. How do you do it? Just jump on and start just like this.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, and they got go. Time to wake up, bitch. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Guys, if that doesn't get you jacked up, I just you're in the wrong live stream. I'm telling you, man, I get a lot of energy. I got hyped up. I got some coffee in front of me. I just finished a quick 5-mile run, and I have made the most of my day, and I'm here to share with you. So we're going to go through, teach you my tips and tricks on how to wholesale vacant land. Take about 20 minutes, put in your questions, and then I'll answer any questions. It can be regards to vacant land, anything have to do with wholesaling, guys. I'm here to help you out. And if you're new to this, if you want to learn how to wholesaling and you do not like to pay $5,000, $10,000, me and Zach will teach you how to do it 100% for free. All you have to go is to freewholesaling.com. There are absolutely no upgrades. There's nothing. There's no sell-ups, I promise you. And just go to freewholesaling.com. It is the number one, and I verified this, the number one downloaded wholesaling course available in the United States. And here's the best part is, it's absolutely free. And I've wrapped up 19 years of my experience. I got Zach's, 5 years of experience in there. And you get it from Dad, AKA Rick, and you get it from my son, Zach. Zach is a master cold caller. He loves what he does. And we are working on some really cool projects that help you guys out with cold calling, SMS, all those fun things to get it going. So let's jump into it. We're talking about wholesaling land. And it's guys, it's actually really, really simple. I found this out by accident. And I meet with some people across the country just doing this all over the country, and it's all they do, and they make a ton of money doing it. I'm not telling you to not wholesale houses. I love wholesaling houses, but guys, throw land in the mix. It'll make your list bigger. And I'm telling you, it will have a huge difference. So let's talk about it. Hold on. Let me get off this. Let's see here. So let's talk about vacant land. What is vacant land? Vacant land is exactly what it sounds like. All it is land without a house on it. I spilled my coffee. So in theory, if you think about it, if I don't have a house on the land, it should be much easier to sell, right? Absolutely, guys. Vacant land operates the exact same way. When you buy a house, you are basically, there is a property, you have the land and then the house is on top of the property, and that's it. All you are is removing the house. It's really that simple, guys. And people do this all day long. So the real question is, What is the real difference between wholesaling land and wholesaling houses? The only difference, and I tell you, this is the truth, it's just the house. And let's walk through the major pros and cons of wholesaling houses versus wholesaling vacant land. So, number one, vacant land pros. I'm just going to run through it. Number one, dude, so much less competition. People just do not chase these lists down because they're not super sexy and they don't feel like there's a lot of profit margin in it. People love the aesthetics of real estate. So land's not as sexy because it's just dirt. But I'm telling you, you have to have that dirt to be able to build the house on it. And with the rising cost of everything now, it's building on vacant lots is even like it's got even more focus because God's not making any more dirt. And as we run out, so we're here in South Florida, we are quickly running out of land. Like, guys, I'm going to tell you the last 10 years, actually the last 20 years, there's been more land than I could see. And for the first time in my career, I actually see a shortage of land in my area. And we have to keep going further north. Really, from Palm Beach down, there's very, very little land left. And the lots that are left are almost as expensive as the houses. So we definitely have significantly less competition. I will tell you this. When you sell lots, I'm talking vacant lands, you don't have to deal with the house. So if you don't have the house, think about this. I don't have to deal with tenants. I don't have to deal with owners that have cats and dogs, and I can't show it at this time. If somebody wants to drive by at midnight, it's really easy to show. You don't run through the same roadblocks as you do on houses on trying to set up showing appointments. And that's the big challenge when we wholesale houses. It's one of the biggest ones you guys will run across in the beginning. So much easier to show. The price points are so much lower. Think about it. Land is significantly cheaper without a house on it. So you're going to have lower price points, which makes it a little bit more accessible for you. You're not going to have appraisers trying to appraise it. And I will tell you this right off the bat. These deals go down much faster. It's not uncommon for me to put a piece of vacant land under contract Monday and have it sold and assigned by Friday because they're simple. They just run the title. If no permits or anything been pulled, as long as there's no environmental issues, which rarely there is in residential. I'm not talking about commercial, guys. It's really, really simple. Okay. And I will tell you, cash buyers love them because all you are is selling the house. So if you think about, selling the land. So if you think about a traditional house on a lot, how many times do people like on the really higher end houses, they start trying to buy the furniture and everything with it, and it actually winds up screwing up the deal. So if you think about there's no house on it, we can't screw up the deal. It's just raw land. And here's the thing is you do not need to know about all the little details like ingress, egress. Are the utilities in there? There's a lot need to be cleared. Are there environmental issues? That's not for you to decide. We just put them under contract. And if something comes up in title or the city contacts me, we just move on to the next property. That's just the risk on it. I do not spend any money doing due diligence on vacant land as opposed to a house. I might put a little bit of money and take a little bit deeper look. Now, here's one of my favorite parts. If you guys want to talk about doing virtual markets and you're in the SoCal market or maybe in the Southern Florida or New York, if you want to pick a virtual market, I will tell you wholesaling vacant land is awesome because it's so easy. Once you figure out what the price is, it's really, really simple. And once you identify a market, you can then scale it. Because if you're buying lots, say $5,000 or $10,000, I bought them as low as like $1,000. You can go contract 20 or 30 lots. So you can scale it, and you can scale it on a mass scale because you're not bothering the owner. The owner's not living at the property. He or she's not even seeing it. Guys, vacant land has so many pros. I really, 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 really love it. So let's talk about some of the cons. So I'm going to give you the truth, guys, because I'm not in your back pocket. So I don't sell any courses. Everything I tell you is the straight out truth. So that's why I love what I do with Zach, because I can tell you how it is. So number one, you're going to do less deals unless you do it on that scalable virtual market and you figure it out. And that takes a little bit of time, but the spreads are a little bit lower, but than the profit margins on the house. But honestly, if I buy a lot for 3,000 and I have a seller to get it for 6,000, and really say I put down $100 earnest money deposit, what's your return on that? Now, some of you will say it's 100% because you contracted 3,000. Guys, I don't care how you dice that up. You can do profit margins, whatever. Those are super sexy deals. So when you start out, if you can make a quick 3K on flipping a wholesale vacant lot, then more power to you. It's going to give you more confidence and you can do more deals. Guys, if you're just doing wholesaling houses, just consider doing the lots with them. It's actually easier. Okay. The other con I want to let you know on flipping vacant land is you have to ask for deeper discounts. And that just goes without saying because you want to move these properties fast. There's very little to no inspections. So there's a lot of speed required. So you can't be buying these on thin margins. You got to have a lot of margin on it. Most of the deals we buy are 40 to 50 cents on the dollar, occasionally 60 to 70 in an established market on like infill lots. So guys, those are some of the pros. The cons, there's very few of them. Like I still do them. I don't do a ton of lots, but I found out doing vacant lots by someone would own the field next to it, especially in the Port St. Lucie area. And a lot of times they would throw it in to sweeten the deal, or I'd give them an extra $1,000 or $2,000, and then I would sell that lot for $9,000 or $10,000. And I quickly identified these vacant lots are worth a lot of money. Now, that being said, deeper discounts. So I will tell you, when you do vacant lots and you're wholesaling them, you have to do it in reverse order. So everybody talks about like reverse wholesaling. I'm going to tell you this. Reverse wholesaling, in my opinion, doesn't work as well on single family homes because your buyers catch on real quick when you don't have a property for sale. Because if they wait a month or two and you keep like tricking them saying, oh, I got this 3-2, I'm going to sell it to you, but you don't have them because somebody taught you to build up your cash buyers list because that's what gurus do. In vacant land, it actually works very well. So what you want to do is you want to start with your cash buyers. And guys, you need to establish your cash buyers of what areas they buy in and what they'll pay for a vacant piece of property. Now, guys, the lot sizes, you just need to match them. And I'm going to go over that in a little bit more detail. But I got to emphasize, you have to do reverse wholesaling when you do vacant land, because if you don't know what people will pay for it and you don't know what areas they're buying for it, there's no point in going out there and writing contracts for it. Now, if a vacant land can move in 5 to 7 days, you better have buyers lined up ready to go, because the faster you can move, the deeper the discount you'll get and the higher profit margin you'll make. So if you put a vacant piece of land and you find a motivated seller on it, then you got to go hunt out a cash buyer. You might contract it for the wrong price. That's why I want you to do the reverse order. So you're always going to start with your buyer and then work your way all the way back to the lead and the seller of that vacant land. So let's talk about the best way to how to find vacant land buyers. You guys, if you have questions, just put them in the chat. I'm almost done here. I promise you. If you like the information, please give me a thumbs up. So Zach knows I'm doing a good job with everything. So, and I like to get feedback from you guys. So I wish I could bring everybody on live, but it takes so much time. And I do that on Thursdays and Fridays. So, so how to find vacant land. My favorite number one way, flat out, will always be cold calling. It's fast, it's efficient, and people make fast decisions. I love to cold call. Guys, if you want to learn how to do it, you just got to pull your list. The easiest way to pull a list is I like to use listrei.com. It's convenient. You pull it up, you put on the filters, vacant land. Zach has an entire recording showing you how to do this. I've done it before. So if you go to freewholesaling.com, we teach you how to do this. Or you can go to the YouTube channel and just search vacant land deals, and we'll show you how to do it. So the other way is to go to Facebook groups, and I want you to just search for vacant land, even wholesaling vacant land, and you will find buyers there. The idea is to find, so we're doing this in reverse order. So not only are we going to use listrei.com to find the cash buyers for these lots, which you can easily do, also go to Facebook groups, and they have ready for this? They have entire groups dedicated to cash buyers looking for vacant land in your markets that you service. So we're going to reverse it. So I love cold calling. to me, it is hands down the fastest way to get your cash buyers list. And then we're going to switch it over to getting vacant land deals on it. So when you call these people, we just have 2 qualifying questions. That's it, guys. Remember, quality over quantity. Quantity is just your ego bragging about how great you did, and it doesn't help you with your bank account. So we're going to ask, where do you buy and how much are you paying? And you're going to specifically ask what size acreage. So in Florida, we're big on quarter acre lots. If you guys are in the southern states, there's a lot of half acre, 1 acre, and it goes up to 5 to 10 acres. Just make sure the properties you are putting under contract match your buyer's criteria. So if I get a 1 acre, you can go to your local city and see if you can parse off and make 4 individual sales with it. It will always yield you the most, but sometimes that's not always doable. So find out how much they pay for it, what areas, and the size of acreage they are interested in. And then from there, guys, it's just simple arbitrage. Arbitrage is simple. I put a lot under contract for say $5,000. It's worth $10,000. You can easily charge another $5,000. Guys, that is a huge spread. Now it doesn't matter. Say you buy the lot at $6,000 or $7,000. You can still sell it for $10,000. Another play you can do this for you guys that are more advanced. Don't do this if you're just starting out. Is you can do owner financing, and that's how you can get another 15 to 20% on your sales price. So if you guys are putting that in your arsenal, go ahead and do that. I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. So how do we find vacant land wholesaling list? As I said, guys, it's real simple. ListREI.com. Use the filters in their vacant land, and it's really easy to contact these people. So I like cold calling them. The other way you can do it is FSBOs, which is a little bit more challenging. You can go through Zillow. You can go online. You can go to Craigslist, the standard answers. FSBOs, remember, they're just more difficult. So if you can find a FSBO that's been sitting out there for a while, you can do very well. One of my favorite ways is infill lots. And infill lots are just those vacant lots that are in a neighborhood. Say there's 100 houses and there's 3 vacant lots. I mean, you already know what those lots are going to sell for. So the price is easy to determine on them. A lot of times you have someone that's motivated, and I like to do infill lots. The best way to find infill lots, I'm going to tell you flat out, driving for dollars. Guys, get in your car, search these lots, find the owners, just look them up on your local property appraiser site, do some investigative work, skip trace the number. You can do it manually. It's not that hard. And call them. Just call them and ask them the basic criteria questions. Just qualify them to see if they want to sell it. Now, remember, when you're qualifying somebody on a motivated seller on a vacant land list, get rid of condition. So you're only going to be 3 qualifying questions. Do not ask condition, because obviously it is a lot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to freewholesaling.com. I explain everything there. But the first thing we always want to find out is what their motivation is. Then we always talk about condition. Obviously, we're not going to talk about condition. We talk about time frame, and we talk about price. So there's only 3 questions you have to ask when doing vacant land. So your next question is, Rick, how do I get a hold of these people? It's the same technique you're going to do for houses, although I think it's just much faster. And people make fast decisions. The only thing you got to make a decision if you want to sell the lot and if it's for the right price. That's it. There's no when my mom moves out, or when my sister gets her new job, or when the tenant's lease expires. All that stuff is absolutely over. So you don't have to worry about that. So let's talk about the marketing channels. Fast decisions. The fastest decision they can make, cold calling. It's fast, guys. It works. There's a reason I'm pushing it, because cold calling is the number 1 way we get land deals. I've tried every other way. Cold calling, hands down, works the best. SMS text blasting works as well too. And what I like about cold calling and SMS is you can actually scale them to your liking. So you can do direct mail. It's not as effective. It's a little bit slower. But if you like that kind of pace, you can definitely do that one. And then you can do RVMs. So if you know what RVMs is, it's ringless voicemail. And we can't do it in the state of Florida, but check the laws and statutes in your state to see if you can do that before employing that one. So Guys, I'm just about getting to the questions. We are loaded on questions, and that's the best part of this thing, but I have to help you out with information. The last one, I'll give you a bonus on how to find vacant land. The best, I mean, the absolute best markets to find vacant land deals to wholesale. So it's real simple. I've actually shared this before, but I know I'm going to tick off some people by putting this out there. So, guys, all you have to do is go and search the internet. Wholesalers love to brag because probably their mentor taught them how to brag because they were bragging, and they love to show these big fat checks, which I'm all for motivation, guys. But the problem is that when you do it 2 or 3 times, you start showing your cards of how you do your marketing, what your spreads are, and I can figure out anybody who posts and brags. Remember, you got to lose your ego in wholesaling, because your ego is the one thing that's going to hold you back from truly being successful in wholesaling. So first thing you do is, I like to go to Facebook and I'll search any of the groups. You can search my group. I don't even care. When they start bragging about their deals, they post everything about it. They'll put the address, they'll put the zip code. I start to take note. When I see 4 or 5 properties popping up in the same zip code in a certain area, I'm on it, because you know what? You spent the money. You've already done all the research. I'm just going to take a shortcut to it. And it's fair game. Business is business, guys. I don't throw a lot. You guys know what market I am. I could care less. Someone wants to copy off me, more power to you. I think um, my company's so good at negotiating. I've taught Zach, the acquisitions guys. Like, I thrive on competition. I don't care. But listen, if your competitors are throwing out and bragging every time, take advantage of it. Like, you didn't go in and break into their office. You can put it on the internet. It's public knowledge. The other one you're going to do is go to Craigslist too. And last but not least, get on your wholesalers cash buyers list, because most wholesalers love quantity. They love to have like 5,000 cash buyers. It's so easy to find out where they flip properties, especially when they're wholesaling vacant land. Just identify the city and the zip code, and it's like a hack. And you're not cheating, because if they didn't throw it out there, you would never have access to the information. Remember, they've spent tens of thousands of dollars to get those deals. You can drop in. You could be in California, drop into Tennessee tomorrow, pick 3 or 4 zip codes, and attack the vacant land deal. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. I'm going to put it up there. Guys, this is being recorded. It's live. I'm telling you, you guys want to know how I find virtual markets? Honestly, I just let other wholesalers point me the way. It's easier. I don't want to go in and test a market and spend thousands of dollars on cold calling, SMS, and direct mail, when I already seen a guy. He's been there 2 years. He's established, and they're doing very well. And when it comes to vacant land, 95% of vacant, actually about 99% of vacant land is taken down over the phone. It is absolutely perfect for all virtual markets. And that's it, guys. So let's jump into the comments. If you have a question, I'm going to take as many questions as I can, get them answered. And let's do it, man. So this is a mastermind. There's no dumb question. It's only a question you don't ask. Okay, let's go. So Lance says, hello, any suggestions wholesaling in another state? I'm from Illinois. I think I just answered that for you. Illinois, turn out wholesale and was, listen, I got a really good friend that just absolutely crushes it in Wisconsin. I'm not going to point the way, but Wisconsin's, it's ripe. Other than the really cold winters there. By the way, it is like 72 degrees in Florida, so I'm probably going to have to go get a jacket in a little bit. So, Lance, do that little secret where I taught you about how to hack other wholesalers to give you a cheat sheet on areas you want to do. So, and guys, whenever you do any type of virtual market, test the waters before you go all the way in. So you might want to do 500 or 1,000 cold calls before you do a list of like 10,000, just to make sure it's viable. So Angel says, thank you. Says, I'm new. Awesome. You're in the right place. So Angel, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to the channel. The more people that subscribe, give us a thumbs up. The more people that can share this. And guys, everything me and Zach provide is 100% free. I am on a mission to help as many brand new wholesalers get to that 6-figure level. And then that we can create a community that is going to create me a legacy. So I used to sell info products like 5-6 years ago, and really in my first 10 years. And I got tired of all the gurus flooding the market with very little experience. I've been doing this 19 years. I've seen every type of market, and most wholesalers that are out there teaching have only started from 2013 on, and there is going to be a reckoning. And I promise you, just like realtors get wiped out, wholesalers get wiped out because they don't understand the game well. If you are in wholesaling, it's almost impossible to get wrecked if you do it correct. The best way to do it, freewholesaling.com will teach you on how to do that. So, well, Aaron enjoys our pump up song, and I appreciate it, man. Guys, if you're going to do cold calling and stuff like that, you've got to get like a pumped up jam. So crank our song up. Everybody love it. It's custom made just for us, and enjoy it. What's up, School of Hard Knocks? God knows I've graduated from there. Thank you so much. Shelby says, thanks for the great content. All right. I see now I'm going through. Biz Yogi. All right. Kimberly's from Houston. So when she says that, if somebody's in Houston, she wants to connect with her. This is all about wholesaling. So that's what we talk about. Again, don't talk about anything else because we just kind of waste everyone's time. You'll never hear me use, I don't talk about things that I'm not an expert in. So honestly, anything outside of real estate and family, and especially parenting, just ignore me. And you guys need to understand that if you're listening to a guy who's teaching, a guy or a gal is teaching you wholesaling or real estate, then listen to them. But the minute they start talking about, I'm going to teach you how to be financially successful with stocks or that other C thing, you guys know what I'm talking about. Listen, I love all that stuff. I'm just not an expert. I'm a rookie in it, and I learn just like you guys do. So I'm not going to teach you religion. I'm not going to teach you other stuff. Anything you want to know about family and real estate, I'm all in, man, because that's what I do. That's everything I do. So Sean's in Dallas. That's awesome. Andros making calls right now. And Andreas, I posted earlier, she is driving for dollars right now, listening to us. That is awesome. So, okay, guys, let's get into some questions. Keep putting your questions. Sean, I appreciate it. Hit that like button as much as you guys possibly can. Guys, I'm here. Questions. Utilize me for a mastermind. I am here for you. I'm not charging you a dime. Honestly, I do this because I actually really enjoy it, and I want to make a legacy difference on it. So, okay, let's get into the questions. So how do we join these calls? There are already hardly anyone on it. It looks like a Zoom. So this is not use Zoom. We use StreamYard, and it is 100% live. So today is the 16th. It's 5:32 p.m. to prove to you that this is 100% live. Would you recommend giving a seller an offer through a text? Absolutely not. You got to get them on the phone. You're never going to take the deal down unless there's some extreme circumstance. Guys, whenever you do any type of text blasting SMS, your goal is to convert them from a text to a phone. I've taken down like one deal all text, and I eventually had to get on the phone because there's too many details that need to be transpired. So, Jocelyn, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Sean says the whole U.S. is swamped with wholesalers. And guys, it's true. And you know what? I get a lot of people like, why do you hate gurus? I don't hate gurus. Honestly, I've learned from a lot of them. But the problem is you give me 10 gurus, I probably tell you about 9 of them are completely full of it. And how do I know that? Whenever I bring someone on the show or Zach brings someone on the show, we make them prove whatever they brag about, and they all crumble. Hey, give me your last 5 HUDs. How hard is it? If you're doing 10 to 15 deals a month, how hard is it to give me your last 5 HUDs? And there's people that just goes, oh, it's private. Well, then you're not a wholesaler. Move on. And that's my problem with everybody in this business. It's all talk. It's all hype. Guys, I do this business every day. I'm in the business of flipping properties, not students. And you're going to find most people start out wholesaling and then they find this coaching thing and someone teaches where you can make millions of dollars just coaching people. And they stopped wholesaling because it's actually easier just to collect the coaching revenue, and they become quickly lost with the reality of how wholesaling works. And once you're out of this business for like 6 months, it's hard to stay active and understand what's going on. It's constantly changing. So let's see here. Okay. And just ask. Also, if you don't answer, but you have their email, you can send them one too. If so, what's a good example of something you would say? The problem is the best way to always communicate people is with your voice. In person trumps everything else. Then it would be phone. After that, you can kind of pick them. The problem with email is like I don't think anybody reads them anymore. So it's absolutely emails are tough because they're getting more and more spammed and it's becoming more and more problematic. Guys, don't forget like social media, Facebook, Instagram, DMing people. Like I find a lot of sellers just by doing that. You would be surprised how many people are on social media that are ghosting you and you lose them. Guys, social media is going to become more and more prominent as the years go on. So I think in the future, that's going to be the way to contact most people. But you know why? Because most of you guys all contact me on DM and I got thousands of them. I just can't keep up with it, but I really appreciate it. But it's smart. Like, how do I get a hold of Rick? Oh, he's on social media. Let's just contact him. Don't do that. I'm here every week to talk to you guys live. So, why wasn't vacant land on any of your get your first deals in 30 days? Because honestly, vacant land is it's just another strategy. So when I do it, I just try to focus on like simple things. So when I talk about like flipping and wholesaling houses, I stick to houses. Vacant lands, they used to come up on my list by accident. So every now and then, like they post on the list and someone would call me and I would just blow them off. And then once I flipped like 2 or 3 deals, I figured it's just like doing houses. So you're right. I need to add that to the deal in the first 30 days. Honestly, you can do it in the first deal in like 10 to 15 days. Good point. I like that. See, you guys inspire me and push me. Um, let's see. What about if there is water on the land? Well, in Florida, if there's even water near the land, you usually get to multiply it by 10 and your price goes through the roof. So, guys, I'm not talking about getting in the weeds on like the civil engineering on properties and stuff like that. I just put them under contract. I put a 30-day clause on most of them. You're never seeing the owner, and I just see if I can find a buyer for it. And these properties move really quick if you have a quality cash buyers list for them. So, DBS, what does that even mean to scale? So, the word scale is a term used in business. Instead of selling like one widget door to door, how do I sell 10,000 of them at once? So instead of buying one vacant lot, how can you buy like 50 all in one shot? That's all it means is to use the economies of scale so you can be more efficient and make more money. Hopefully that answers the question for you. Um, so Kimberly says, can a regular sales contract be used for land deals? Absolutely yes. But you're going to find you can use a simple one-page contract. And if you don't have one in your area, land's really simple. It's just most of the regular purchase and sales agreement, also known as a PSA, has all these contingencies for your tenants, property rights, and all this other. Land is just really comes down to is the land deeded for what the buyer intends it to be for. So yeah, you can, but you can find a much simpler contract. Land contracts are much generic, much simpler. Heck, I've done them on a single piece of notebook paper. A contract's just a suggested plate, but yeah, if you're in a jam, you could use it. But if not, just look up a land contract. Um, I'm not sure if we have one. If not, I will go ahead and put it in freewholesaling.com. I'm going to make a note of it. So if you guys go there, you can check it out there. Is the same 70% rule for land. So we don't have a 70% rule. The 70% rule is going to cut you out on a lot of deals for single family homes. I like to buy land cheap. You have to buy it cheap to make it work. We're usually 50, 60 cents on the dollar when we buy land or less. So the 70%, throw that out, dude. That's an old school. I was taught that in 2003 when I started. It doesn't work in today's market. It's ideal if you can do that, but I don't want you to miss out on opportunities. So what's up, Orlando? Nice to see you. I mean, I love when people post on there. So how do you find cash buyers? So if we're talking specifically on vacant land, you need to do it in reverse order. What I like to do, the easiest way to do it, and I like anything that makes my life easier because I've done a lot of things the hard way when I started out, if you guys will go over to listrei.com, and what I do there is you can scrape for cash buyers on that. You get a 7-day free trial. If you guys don't have it signed up, check it out. Now, so you guys know, I use listrei.com every day in our business. I couldn't operate it. Full disclosure, is $97 a month, but it allows you to underwrite all your deals. It lets you comp. It lets you research the property, and you get 10,000 leads a month with it. So the old days, I was paying about $700 to $1,000 for all the services listrei.com provides. And that is going to be your best way to do it. Okay, I got lost on comments here. Really good questions. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I like all in the hustle. He's got good questions. So I don't know if it's a guy or gal, but I just like good information. If you have PropStream and $100, what would you do in regards to land? Pick one, either 100 handwritten mailers or cold. I'd cold call, man. Hands down, dude. Like, that's what we do. So Zach is the absolute expert at cold calling. So for the record, we did cold calling in-house for 9 months before I ever even outsourced it. And I had Zach manage it because he was so good at it. He probably did 20, 25 deals before we ever outsourced it. So a lot of people are always talking about, hey, I want to outsource my cold calling. I get it. It's a pain in the butt, but you've got to understand how it works, the best key KPIs so you can manage your cold callers. And you got to understand some of the pitfalls of cold calling, or you will smoke through a lot of money. I know this the hard way. So Chris says he loves cold calling, and that is awesome. And you definitely want to connect with Zach because he has actually a passion. He actually said every week he cold calls for 2 hours. You guys put in leads. He helps negotiate it, and he doesn't ask for one dime of the lead. He just gives it to you. So the idea is to help you out with your confidence level. Triple M says, first and foremost, thank you for your amazing content. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Is it okay if I ask some other questions? Yeah, go. Knock it out. Let's go, man. Utilize your time. That's what I'm here for. So Chris says, vacant land is worth about 20% of the ARV of the most expensive house in the subdivision with the same. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a number. Like, you guys can come up with some of those rules in your market. It's so different in every market. It's hard to say, but I'd have to do a math calculation, and I'm not that smart to do a calculation while I'm on a video here. But if that works for you, I guess. So the average price point in my market's $330,000, and land sells for about 55 to 75. So I don't know if those calculations work. Someone do some math for me. How do you get information on the vacant land? As I said, if you just go to listrei.com, it will show you. You can get all that information, and you can pull it and use the filters in there for vacant land. Guys, another little trick, just so you know, List REI, I like it because it's just convenient, and you get all these services wrapped up into it. And I use it in my business. Honestly, 2.5, 3 years ago, we switched over. We tested it out for 6 months, and we made the commitment to doing it. And it's actually, everything's just so easy in our business when we do it. So listrei.com. The other way is you can actually go to your county and you can ask to pull all the vacant land. You got to prepare for like spending some time there and getting it, and then having someone help you sort out those lists. So good questions, man. Let's see. So anybody can help out Kazakh in this group. Kazakh, if you have a chance, go to freewholesaling.com and go through that. Now, I always teach you is I want to get everybody away from a script so I can teach you to have a conversation. There's only 4 questions you need to ask a motivated seller. There's only 4 items you need to get. What's their motivation? You're not going to get that on a scripted question. You have to have a conversation with them. So, tell me a little bit of what's going on with you. You got to have a conversation, and they have to do 80% of the talking. You have to do 20%. You 80% listening and 20% talking. It's an art form to figure out how to do it. But what we found, if we take the script away from you, guys sound less robotic. what's your motivation? What's the condition of the house? What's your time frame? And what's your price? If you work that into a conversation and just figure out how to ask those 4 questions in a conversation, you will do very well. If you sit here on a scripted, like, they're going to know what you're doing. So if anybody wants to help them out with them, maybe even give them a paragraph to do, or hop on tomorrow with Zach. Thursday and Friday, we'll all be on here to help you out. So freewholesaling.com will help you out with most of that stuff. Let me put this up here in case. It's kind of a long one, but it's not. Check that out. It's absolutely free and it'll help you out with it. So appreciate it. New wholesaler here. That's awesome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Everybody give us a like. I'm sharing content so you guys don't have to pay $5,000, $7,000, and $10,000 for what they call the secret of wholesaling. I believe wholesaling should be taught for free, just like you learned your ABCs. And why not? The world's changed. Guys, there are no secrets out there. People have invented secrets, so you pay them so they'll unlock them. I'm telling you, I'm just giving it away here for free. So how do we comp land? The best way to do it is comp it with your cash buyers list. You're going to ask them what areas they buy in and how much they pay for and the size of acreage. That's all you have to ask when you're qualifying your cash buyers list. And guys, these are really short conversations. Nothing like when you talk a motivated seller. So good questions. He's in California. Awesome. So Lila says, I have 2 vacant lands. Well, that's awesome. Where do I find buyers? As I said, I would go to listrei.com. I would pull up all the cash buyers. I would contact every realtor in your area that sells vacant land of lots in that area and connect with them and offer them a referral fee for a good cash buyer for your property. And then you can go online, Facebook groups. You can go to Craigslist, stuff like that. Guys, land moves really fast. So Lila, in the future, what I'm going to have you do is build that cash buyers list. It's vitally important when you're wholesaling vacant land because they move so fast. When you do this same reverse wholesaling strategy with land, with houses, it tends to blow up on you because your cash buyers get upset because you never get them a deal because it takes most people a few months to get their marketing up and running. With land, as you see, you can get a land contract really fast. And the faster you can sell it, the deeper discounts you can get and the more profit you can make. So what I would do is go through every Facebook group, go to listrei.com, pull up all the vacant land cash buyers in your area. And then I would get on the horn and find any buyer's agents for land deals in your areas through realtors. Realtors are a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but they do have good buyers. If you need one right now, that's how I do. In the future, I want you to build your own cash buyers list and make sure it's quality over quantity. So awesome. Okay. So, Carlos asks, what company would you recommend do postcards and yellow letters? So I'm an absolute expert in this. There's very few people that have the amount of experience I have in doing this. And here's what I did. Carlos, if you look on the bottom there, I created an entire free course on everything I know about mail. It's called mailingmastery.com. Check it out, register. It's absolutely free. And I share all my contacts. I actually share my templates. I have a postcard I put on there called the Rapid Offer System that is unbelievable. Now, I don't make the postcards. I'm not in the printing business. I just give you guided direction and you can make the choice from there. So if you're new and you want to do, direct mail, go through the mailingmastery.com. It will answer. I think I got about 4 or 5 hours of pure content in there. So Carlos, I hope that helps you out. Go ahead and utilize it. Let's invest. What's up? Says up from Houston. By the way, I love the Houston market. I'm not trying to get you more competitors there, but I've done deals in Houston. I love it, and I've done it from Florida. Hey Rick, do you do any creative deals like sub 2 when there's no equity? Yeah, but it's got to make sense. So here's my catch on sub 2, guys. There's so many people teaching it. And there's great people out there, but I'm old school when it comes to sub 2. I look at how much money I have to put down and how much cash flow I get in return. And if I'm negative, I'm not crazy about doing those deals. I know people like, oh, it's crazy. I don't understand if someone's going to teach you to put $20,000 down and then you can only get $10,000 from your buyer up front. That means you're negative $10,000 until the cash flow makes up for it. And that can get you in big trouble. And I've seen it because I went through a really bad market back in '08 to 2012. And I'm telling you, anybody that did sub twos right before that, they absolutely got killed. I got killed on two of my deals. I actually had to settle up. I had to pay and give them back. So I'm not a big fan of putting in huge chunks of money in sub twos. I like nice, clean, and ready houses to go. And if I can give that person 5,000 to sign the deed over, and then someone will give me 10,000 down and I make cash flow on top of it, I'm all in it. When you guys are giving 20, 30,000 to the seller and you're only collecting like $5,000 or $10,000, I hate deals like that. I'm sorry. I don't care how deep your bank is. The chickens could come home to roost if the market corrects, and you're the one that's going to be stuck in that position. So I think you should always make money from day one when you do any type of real estate investing. If you have a long play for like a commercial building, something like different, but I'm just talking about like regular houses, guys. Do not put down giant chunks of cash. There's a lot of people out there teaching that right now. And hey, you get a deal, but you, in theory, you're in a negative position. You're in a negative cash flow position. So um, I'm not crazy about that unless you got a bunch of soft money around you. So I love creative financing. I've been doing creative financing since day one. The problem with creative financing is there's so many laws, there's so many regulations. It seems like the Wild West out right there and right now. And everything's good when the market's smoking hot, but the minute there's a market correction, you're going to find out who did sub two correctly. So when a deal comes up and you have to do it there, I'm fine with it. It's not the best beginner strategy, in my opinion, unless you cash flow from day one. And cash flow includes the amount of money you put down on the property. So, Adrian says, I don't get HUDs because I do assignments. Well, that's awesome. But eventually, either the assignments are put on the HUD, or if you collect the money on the side, then you don't have to put it on the HUD. Either or, I agree with you. But Adrian says, I'm not a guru. So that's fine. By the way, guys, the assignment of contract just basically is when you have a contract, you sell it. To sell your contract, you do an assignment of contract. And an assignment of contract, you can either put it on the HUD, but the truth of the matter, assignments were actually created to do before it went on the HUD. So a lot of people are apprehensive about writing a $10,000 or $20,000 check before it closes because sometimes people don't know you. But Adrian, you're 100% right. I still do deals where I don't put it on the HUD and I get paid before the deal closes. But you have to have a reputation and a history to do that. Good stuff. Hey, Carlos, I put it in there on the bottom there, mailingmastery.com. I cover everything in there. Just go in there. I promise you I'll answer all your questions. So, um, what's up, Sean? I appreciate all the information you share. I do have a question. I watched a training which advised me to just take action, and I did. Guys, most of the wholesaling game, um, it's all right here. Okay, I'm not Tony Robbins. If you guys are having problems getting past what other people say to you, or you feel like you're stuck in a rut, YouTube's one of your best friends, man. There has never been a time in history that there's more information available, and that's what me and Zach want to capitalize. And we're going to open up all our experience to you. Guys, go out there and search. I love Tony Robbins. I've been to, I think, 6 of his events now. If he comes to your area, come. He has an event called Unleash the Power Within. If you need to get jocked out of your mind, but I want you to understand it is motivation and it gives you an idea. But at some point, you have to execute. You do have to take action. And here's the painful truth about taking action. And Sean can probably verify this. It's scary. It's uncomfortable. And it freaks you out because it's not the norm. It's going to freak your parents out. It's going to freak your friends out. But I'm telling you here, I'm 19 years. I do what I want when I want, and I love it. But I'm telling you, man, it was scary. And to this day, I still push the boundaries and I want to do it. So take action, guys. Most of it's right here. Jesse asks, is there a way to find a surveys on a vacant land? Dude, don't even bother with that stuff. Let your buyer do that. Don't ever pay for that. You don't do inspections. You don't waste any money. So Sean asked there, I sent out 20 texts to owners. That's awesome. Imagine if you send 2,000. Willing to negotiate, received yes replies from 10. So that's 50%. That's great. I know I need to get on the phone with them now. So Sean, get off this live. When you're done here, I'm going to go off a little bit and go make those phone calls. That is the most challenging, uncomfortable, scary part. I'm telling you, when you do it, the anxiety is actually worse than the actual action. I promise you. Just come to the other side of it. When you get past that fear, you're going to feel ecstatic. So, any suggestions? Asking the right questions. Just remember the four core questions and make it a conversation. Talk to them like you're talking to a friend or talking to a family member. Don't treat them like a number. And just get past that first minute of awkwardness, and it's a normal conversation. So, and Sean, I want you guys to everybody understand this. Be yourself. Don't be this fake person that I'm the ultimate guru and I'm going to teach. It's bullshit, guys. Be yourself. Authenticity rules every time. If you're authentic and true to yourself, you don't have to hide from anyone and you'll feel comfortable. You'll feel a little uncomfortable having the conversation, but you'll be fine. I don't want you to be someone you're not. And that's how I see the biggest problem with this business right now. Triple M asks, got a few questions to virtual wholesaling. Should I get an LLC before getting started? Guys, an LLC is like really simple. It's usually within $100 to $200 to set up. You can get a property under contract and then get an LLC and assign it to your LLC and then assign it to your end buyer. So it doesn't matter. Okay. I just want you to go out there and get deals. I don't want you to close on anything in your name. Should it be a foreign LLC? I don't know if you're talking about like, I'm not sure what that means. Usually you want to get the LLC within the state you're doing business. What is a blind closing and how do we use it? So guys, a blind closing is an advanced strategy that it's basically where you have a HUD and what happens is the title company doesn't show the one side of the HUD. So the buyer does not see your assignment fee. I'm going to be honest with you, they're probably going to wind up outlawing that. There's a few select title companies that'll do it, but they're far and few between. So it's getting less and less predominant. The goal towards most legislation for real estate has become more transparent. If you ask a title company you don't know, have a relationship, do a blind closing, they're probably going to kick you out. So a blind closing means they hide one side of the HUD from the other party, and it's kind of borderline illegal in my opinion. But I know companies that still do it. I mean, if you have a relationship with them, they're okay with it, but you're putting tremendous pressure on the title company when they do that. Because if there's ever a question, they're the ones that are going to be held accountable for it. Raheem asks, how do you know if it's a deal or no deal when you find land for a cash buyer? It's simple. You've already done the reverse wholesaling strategy. You should know what areas they're buying in, how much they're paying for, and the size acreage. And then you match it up to your buyer. And if there's a spread, you have a deal. If there's no spread, you paid too much for it, but you should get that information from your cash buyers before you put the vacant land under contract. So Barbara, what's up? Thanks, Rick. Much appreciated. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Please, guys, the more you share and the more you like, the more people we can connect with. And I can save people from, I don't think any beginner and wholesaler should pay a $5,000, $7,000, or $10,000 course fee. It's ridiculous. In this day and age, that business model is broken, it's dead, and it's over. I'm here to shut it down. I'm sick of, guys, it's such a, listen, wholesaling is actually a very simple strategy. And there's so much information available on the internet today with everything going on. Why shouldn't you guys benefit? And why shouldn't me and Zach be the ones that bring it to you? So I agree with it. Let's JV. Let's connect. She's over in Seattle. Anybody's on there, go ahead and connect with her. I really appreciate it. So awesome. Okay. Let me, I'm going to go speed round right now. There's a good one. Bub says, I fired my cold caller to save money. I don't like cold calling, but I need to get comfortable on the phone. That's right, Bub. You cold call till you get 2 or 3 deals, then you hire someone and you will look at it a completely different light. And guys, you fire someone if they're not producing or they're not getting it. But like if you don't know how to manage them, you're probably going to get killed. So I think you're actually making an excellent decision. Guys, we complicate this business too much. It's really not that hard. I asked, how do you wholesale land with liens on it? You just work with the title company. So if they owe more than the property's worth, then there's not much you can do. But I let the title company figure that out. Or says every market is different. The price point here is free fire damaged homes. We are around Seattle. Awesome. Awesome. So Carlos has 60% rule for making deals sufficient. If not, any recommendation? So guys, listen, there's no rules when it comes to investing in real estate, especially wholesaling. I just give you kind of like guidelines. You can't be paying tippy top for land deals. You've got to get a significant discount. So just make sure you have a significant discount, because I don't want you to sit there doing all that work to earn $500 or $1,000. You guys could go be realtors for that. So Maurice, a little bit off topic. How do I find contact info for a deceased owner's family? I have their names, the family members, but don't know how to contact them. So you could just do a manual search. Google is going to be your best friend. So True People Search. You can use, I used to use Spokio back in the day. You can use white pages, like stuff like that. Guys, you can find it. I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is available. So start with that route and work your way backwards. If not, mail a letter to the property to the estate of John Doe and try to give a phone number for somebody to reach out, or you could put it on the doorstep, or if you're far away, you can mail it. Luis asks, is there a way to do driving for dollars in a virtual market? Somebody told me once, like you could do it virtually with like satellites and stuff. I haven't really seen how to do that, but you could hire someone and partner up with them. You're going to have to leave them a gas allowance and have them upload leads on a Google spreadsheet for you. Use Google Docs or spreadsheets. That'll help you out with it. Okay, I'm trying to avoid duplicates. Do I send? Yes, absolutely. Send it to the title company right away. Maurice, again, how do I find the contact info for this? I think we answered that. So, that's the way to get deal driver though. I don't know how you can do driving in the virtual market. I think we answered that before. Here's a good one. I have a lot of investors who have put in the work into the house and are looking for market value. Do you still talk to them? I don't know. I mean, if the motivation's not there, I don't want you to waste your time with them. If that deal sticks around and they can't figure it out, then maybe you kind of circle back on a creative financing deal, but that's about it. So appreciate it, Sean. Keep tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we are here 2 videos a day. Adrian asked, I didn't get an LLC till after I closed my first few deals. Well, then sit down with an accountant and just talk to them with strategy. Every state's a little bit different, and we don't want to upset Mr. Biden. So just make sure you pay your taxes accordingly. So I wouldn't do any more like that. So why were we not closing our name? Is there a video on your site about this and how? So it really just comes down to liability. You don't want to be liable, but if you're assigning, it's not that big of a deal. But remember, if you're assigning and a check's made out to your name, Nicole McPeak, then you have to pay, that washes through like your regular taxes. So I'm not here to get into like an entire tax show, but there are tax implications when you do that. So you want to talk to an accountant, not me. I'm not giving you legal or financial advice. Name. Aaron asks, is it legal to door knock for my deals? Neighborhood has no door knocking policy. I don't know how a neighborhood has a door knocking policy. A city and a county can have an ordinance against it. So look it up. But It's a lot harder these days. Everybody's got these dang these ring things you got to look into. So you can knock on like 50 doors and you might only get like even 5 people to answer anymore. It's a little bit more challenging. So, but when you say policy, when you say neighborhood has a no dark policy, and either it's got to be a city or a county. If it is, then you can't do it. Luis asked, where can I find deal finders, bird dogs virtually? Actually, just Facebook groups. There's entire bird dog groups. I'm going to warn you. It takes 100 bird dogs to find 3 that will actually work with you. If you're going to do that, I would use YouTube for your training. Store your videos on there. Teach them how to do it. Use Google Docs so you don't waste time. You do not want these bird dogs blowing up your phone for like every property they go by until you actually have a deal. Kyle asks, can you explain how a property can be residential and commercial? It's called mixed use. So it's actually one of my favorite strategies. We have a lot of them in Florida here where they'll mix in. A lot of them are in condos and commercial buildings, but what you have to start at is look on your property appraisers on the county site and see what it's labeled as. So when you see mixed use, you can go either way with a property, which gives you, in theory, more buyers for it. So it could be used as a commercial office, or you could treat it in a residential. A lot of people like to take these types of properties and convert them to Airbnb because it's perfectly legal and you don't get a lot of hassle with it. So guys, that's it. I've ran out of questions. So do me a favor, tune back in tomorrow. Zach's going to be on at 5 o'clock. I believe he's doing an entire cold calling show. If you guys talk about cold calling, Zach, my son, is the absolute master. And you're going to enjoy that. What do you mean I missed Barbara's questions? Let me look here. I'll look for one more because I don't like this. Barbara says, guys, get a tattoo. I got a tattoo. I don't care. She's just telling you about like just having the conversation with the 4 points. Guys, go to freewholesaling.com. I appreciate everyone's time. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, I believe we're doing a 2-hour segment just on cold calling. Put your leads in there. We'll work with you guys. Check us out on Facebook. Let me put it up here real quick. If you guys haven't joined our Facebook group, let's see. I always miss this one. Wholesaling houses for real. Always forget the name of that. Make sure you're signed up to that, and you download the free wholesaling, our free wholesaling course. And why am I doing this? Freewholesaling.com. And if you're registered on both of those, you have the chance to come on live. We usually do it on either Wednesday or Thursdays, and we actually do cold calling, and we help you guys problem solve. Guys, this is a mastermind. It's absolutely free. It's the best information out there. Take advantage of it. Jump on it. Guys, I will see you tomorrow. Actually, Zach will see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Bring your cold calling leads. Let's connect. Register on freewholesaling.com and Wholesaling Houses for Real. Once you register there, we'll bring you on live. And remember, when you come on live, we put you on the spot. It's good for you. It makes you uncomfortable. If you can get through that, you can get through anything. And that's how we teach everybody. We're all going through the same struggles together. Guys, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.